Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing some thrift makeovers. And here we go. It's going to be for fall. Obviously, we're like really in fall mode right now. I said in a recent video that school's in session now, so it's definitely fall time. Even though the calendar might not say fall, it's fall. So this first DIY, I picked this up at our Goodwill outlet, and I want to say it was $1.29. I don't really spend more than like $3.29 or $3.39 at the Goodwill outlet. I just don't feel like some of this is really worth it, especially if it is already used and kind of stinky, kind of nasty. So anyways, we're going to just kind of paint over everything. I'm using that pumpkin orange color by Waverly Chalk Paint. And then I wanted to go ahead and use some Chalk Couture silkscreen transfers. I haven't used very many of these for fall yet, so I thought, you know what, why not? This is an older one. It is actually from quite a few years ago, possibly 3. And I just thought that was just super cute. Harvest time. Now this is a hula skirt. So for whatever reason, I just have this in my stash for the past few years, and I just use it as raffia, and honestly, it covers up pretty good. It looks kind of janky now, so when you're kind of looking at this, you're like, oh my gosh, like why wouldn't you just go buy some raffia? Honestly, I don't want to buy anything. I have bought so much stuff lately for fall and Halloween, and I know when Christmas time rolls around, I'll be spending more money, and I probably already have a ton of stuff. So right now, I'm using up the new items I bought, and I'm using up old items that I picked up that I just want to get through at least half of my fall tote. That's my goal. So these pumpkins, they are from Dollar General this year, only $1, and you get a 10 or 12 pack. That one had to come off. It was already ripping and it looked just terrible. So that one had to go. So that's why I took that off and just glued another one on. I have this Ziploc baggie full of some really great fall stuff. So I have like some fake acorns in it. I have some pine cones in there. There's just a few different things. There's a ton of potpourri, some different kind of pumpkins, and I'm just kind of filling up this top half just to make it look like a little fall basket, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was to start with, like a little fall basket. So I just wanted to like recreate, cover up the very like vintage feel. I just didn't like the way it looked before, and it was technically some sort of fall piece, I think, with some apples. I could have used apples. I might save those for a different project because you can see them at the top, and those are from Amazon, but I didn't want to use them. They're kind of expensive, so I don't want to use glue on those. But this is what it looks like when it is done. I'm not really sure what to do with it, but I just thought it was super cute. So if you guys make something like this, or what do you think I should do with it? It's really cute, but I have nowhere to hang it up. All right, so for the next project, this one is so easy. I found this galvanized bucket. It says $3.29, but at the outlet, the prices are a lot cheaper. So I want to say this one was $1.29 as well, maybe even 79 cents. So anyways, I just thought I would use a silkscreen transfer. This one is actually from Amazon, and it has bread, but it has wheat on it. So that made me think fall, but then also kind of farmhouse, and I kind of liked the idea of having this year round if I wanted, instead of just packing it up for fall. So I kind of liked that. And then you can add whatever kind of flowers you want into this, and then you can just keep repurposing and reusing over and over again. It doesn't have to be for just one season. So that's why I kind of went with this silkscreen transfer. And of course, I am just using the color Velvet chalk paste, which is by Chalk Couture. And if you guys want to check out Chalk Couture, I will link it down below. But I ended up adding some Dollar Tree flowers to this, and I just think this is so pretty. Finding faux stacked books anywhere is just one of my favorite things. So I think these were $2.79 or $2.29. It does say $7.29 on there, but I would never paid that price. But it is crazy to think that that is what like the regular old Goodwills are selling these for, $8, and I'm pretty sure these weren't even $8 from TJ Maxx. So anyways, the first thing I did was take off the bow and the little tag, which I am going to reuse for this project. I just thought they were really pretty, but I just didn't want the wine on there, and this was technically a fall book stack. I just want to do just a little bit of something, add some more color to it. I'm not a wine drinker, so this really didn't fit my style. So we're gonna go ahead and use some of that pumpkin color. This is by Waverly, and I did paint the top as well. And then I just painted all around because you never know if someone's gonna pick that up and look around. I don't even have people come over to my house, so I don't know why I would even worry about that. But yeah. So we're going to go ahead and paint that top orange. And then the second, I just decided to paint it white. It just seemed to work, you know, white on white. It just looks good. And then the third, or the bottom book, I decided to go ahead and paint it hazelnut. And that is also by Waverly Chalk Paint. And for the words, I wanted to go ahead and use some Chalk Couture silkscreen transfers, and I'm kind of using them throughout this entire video, not intentionally, but I feel like every time I do any sort of thrift decor, I think Chalk Couture just makes everything look so much more high-end and better. So this one says sweater weather, cozy blankets, and fall candles. And this one is from last year. It came in a tier tray bundle pack, but I think these words work for just about anything smaller, so I had to use them. I am just using the Velvet Chalk Paste. This is also by Chalk Couture, and sometimes when I do Chalk Couture, I get asked a lot if you can use chalk paint, and I want to say the answer is yes, you can, but chalk paint dries so much faster, and Chalk Couture transfers are so expensive, so I've never tried because I don't want to mess them up, especially when you already pay a ton of money. I would prefer just to spend a little bit of money on chalk paste because a little bit goes a long way. Like that jar will probably last me in half a year, if not longer. So it's just kind of worth spending the money on it, I guess, if you are going to get into Chalk Couture. And then I just added that to bow back along with that tag. And then this little scarecrow hat is from Hobby Lobby. And I just wanted to add that to the top just for a little bit of something. I'm using this brand new Chalk Couture Transfer Fall Harvest. I thought this was so cool. They also have other ones you can purchase that have like pumpkins and corn and other different kind of veggies on it, but I just thought this one would work. I thought this one was cute, and I did use my fuzzing cloth because if this is too sticky, it is just going to demolish your project, especially if you do paint. But for galvanized, it's fine. So I don't know what I feel or what I'm thinking when I use a galvanized surface for projects like this, because I was like, this is going to be so cute. I'm going to use orange. I'm going to use a light teal eucalyptus color. We're going to go ahead and use black. It's going to be so great. It's going to be so cute. So I'm actually going to just show this because I feel like some people that want to try this out, they just don't know where to start or how to do this. And I guess the first thing is you have to work fast before your chalk paste dries. But I wanted to do the carrots orange, of course, because they're orange, but obviously they don't show up on galvanized surfaces. So it was kind of a wash and it was kind of a waste of time, but I feel like I do this every year or just a couple times a year. I try different colors on galvanized surfaces and they just don't show up. They just don't work out. All right, so once my transfer was dry, I went back to the drawing board and decided to go ahead and use black on all this. I wanted to use this galvanized surface so bad, so before everything was dry, I did just go into my sink and spray it off, use a sponge, get everything off of it, and it was good to go, all like brand new. So the transfers end up looking kind of janky and kind of dirty. I do use a sponge that cleans them off. It's from Chalk Couture. I don't know why off the top of my head I can't think of what it is, but it does get a lot of that paste off that just your normal sink wouldn't do, or a sponge. But yeah, so round 2 and it looks great. So I like this because it is black, it is galvanized, and it goes with absolutely everything. And I guess if it didn't say fall at the top, you probably could use this all the time. But I think this eventually turned out really cute. All right, so for this, a door sign, of course, $3. I know this is originally from Walmart, and I want to say they're between $17 and $20 right now, which is insane because I've used to do these for almost every season, and I feel like I only paid like $7 or $8 for this surface. So $3 was a steal from a yard sale. I'm using this brand new Chalk Couture transfer. I loved this one, and I was so excited that it fit perfect on this door sign. So if you do want to make a really cool door sign and you have this transfer or you want to purchase it, this works absolutely perfect on it, and it looks so good. The background is black, so it just looks like any color, any lighter color, just looks so good with this. So I'm smoothing out all the bubbles. So if you're wondering, like, why do you keep touching it? Why do you keep messing around? Like, I want to make sure that all the bubbles are out of the transfer, because if they're not, it is just going to bleed through like a regular transfer. So always make sure you smooth your transfer down. You won't regret that one. So I'm using the color, I'm not even sure what the orange is. It's just like a pumpkin orange color. And then eucalyptus. This one is called Dune, I want to say, or I could be wrong. I'll link them down below if you guys want to know the color specifically. And then this is a Shimmer Harvest, I think is what it's called. And this one is a little bit sparkly. You can't really tell, but it is just kind of like a goldish yellow color. And I think it is so pretty, and I love all four of these colors together. I just think this looks so good. I didn't add a bow. I didn't do anything else because I think this looks great just the way it is. And I did look at maybe adding a bow, but then it covered stuff, and I didn't want anything covered. But that is it. That's it for the video. More rambling, of course. That's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love if you continue to stick around and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!